Hello everyone, I'm Tokoto. I apologize did not make a video yesterday. I was pretty busy. I pretty much just took a break. But today, guys know I'm gonna do this video. Today I'm gonna do a Netflix series review, or just a series review on Bionicle, The Journey to One. And I have Urak the Hunter right here. If I did have the Destroyer, he would have been here too. He would have been like right here. But apparently right now I don't, so rip, not really. So this is obviously gonna be spoilers. It's just what I thought of the show overall and what they could have done. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk about the prequel real quick. The prequel was pretty interesting. I was surprised they did that. It was unexpected, but I guess it was kind of confirmed about telling a story to children that was like a campfire story. That's basically what it was the whole time, and I thought that was very cool. So I did like that, and I like how they reused the animations just for that, so people get caught up who are doing another story. So Lego did good in that part, on their part for that. And the first two episodes, which was the Winter Wave, were pretty interesting. When I first saw a glimpse of the character videos in the show and plus the trailers, I had a different perspective of what Journey to One's gonna be. I can't really describe it, but when I finished watching the first two episodes when they came out back in March, I really liked it. And I still do. I still like the show, but the first three episodes I thought were good, and I'll talk about the last one. But episode 1, which was, I believe, I think it was called I forgot the name. It's something with Unity. I remember something with Unity. I'm thinking episode 2 is Trials of Toa. So I gotta figure the first one. I don't remember the first one, but the first episode was pretty good. It was just basically like a quest episode when the Toa were trying to find their element of creatures in their golden Unity mask, which I thought was pretty good. Oh, it's Quest for Unity. That's what it was. Episode 1 was called Quest for Unity. I had to start from the pause there. I was trying to think. So episode 1, Quest for Unity, was pretty good. I don't have too much to say about it. I mean, there was an awesome fight scene with Umarak, fighting Uxar and Lewa. Maybe just Lewa and Uxar. Lewa and Umarak, because Uxar were just standing back until he got bitten by the shadow trap on his right wing, left wing. But yeah, that was a pretty cool fight thing. I think it was like the best scene in the episode, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, that was pretty cool. So I don't have too much to say about episode 1. Going on to episode 2, which I think is pretty good also. It raised a few questions, and this was the final episode we got for the Winter Wave, and plus it was the final episode for so-called the first season, but it was a pretty interesting episode. We got to see the Toa a lot more. You've seen their powers with the creatures, and then going on their way to the Labyrinth of Control to find the Mask of Control, and Umarak was following them. And I wish they kind of made made clone sets. Umarak's clones. I wish they did that. It kind of had the same build, it looked like, but it had some different things to it. Like the tail was using the sword pieces, like the Skull Warriors sword pieces, which I thought was pretty cool. It had like a tint of green on it. But that would have been cool as a set, But yeah, episode was really good. I do like how, I'll talk about what I think overall at the end. I was about to talk about the animation, but I'll talk about that at the end. But seeing some parts I felt were kind of meh, kind of awkward. Like there's some silent moments, like pause moments, like I do my videos, like that. And yeah, it's just that. But there was some good. I think there was some good character interaction, especially with Patu and Kitar didn't get along at all. And I think that was kind of to show that that's the least. That's the least amount of connection the both of them had. But in the other two episodes, I thought they'll show more of Kitar and Patu working together, which they pretty much did. But seeing that so Umarak can use Kitar to open, to go downstairs where the Mask of Control was in the Labyrinth. And I wish they did more of, they spent more time in the Labyrinth of Control. it seemed like a pretty interesting place, and I wish they did, gave the secret about it, or Kim mentioned about it, but he, of course, didn't know about the labyrinth control, because I guess, he was gone, he was dead when they probably built it, or maybe before it, I don't know, it's still a mystery. There's a lot of mystery still about, Bionicle Generation 2, especially this guy right here. But the labyrinth control seemed like an interesting place. I liked the effect that was, like, when they were walking, like, when they were running, they had, like, that green, like, glow following them. That was cool. I thought that was pretty interesting. Another thing, I think, it's pretty much, I mean, the final fight scene between, Batu and Umrak was pretty cool. Just trying to make a decision on how, the mask of control or Kitar, and I thought it was pretty cool. And then having the big, not really fight scene, but when Umrak, like, uses a sword that slices the mask of control out of its little cage there, that was pretty cool. A crystallized cage. In the ending, pretty cool seeing Umrak, put on the mask of control and slowly turn into the Destroyer. You see its red eyes beating at the end of the episode. Pretty good. So, that's pretty much it for episodes, the prologue, episodes 1 and 2. So, I like them. They're good. Episode 3, which was season 2, episode 1, called Destroyer's Game. Oh, no, yeah, episode 2 is called Trials of Toa. I don't think I said that. But Destroyer's Game was pretty interesting. I was gonna say this is my favorite episode, but there's some things that are really weird that weren't answered about, like, why was Kimu, like, why wasn't it explained by Kimu going inside a little door thing, like, why would it open up, like, why are there two of them? You can see one in the background, one scene when he's, like, talking to Anua, or no, with Makuta, with a Makuta prequel scene, episode 4. It was weird, but I was like, what? But I don't know. I was kind of confused about it. I was like, they totally didn't even question it either, and I don't know, but I mean, he looks cool, and also, where does the Gale come from too? Where does the creature of light come from all of a sudden? And why can he not unite with it? I mean, apparently light is an element, so I don't know. It's gonna be a long discussion. I'm probably gonna talk about it in the Uniques podcast. But I thought the episode was pretty good. I mean, I had a theory about maybe the Shadow Traps turn into the Beast. I was right. As I had a feeling, like, why would also they have the Shadow Trap parts on them? And I was like, well, shoot. But hey, that was actually pretty cool. I like seeing the Shadow Traps, like, go inside the little waves and then they come out as a beast. Like, it's the cool thing about that is because not only did Umrak transform or mutated, but his little minions did, the Shadow Traps, and they turned into the Shadow Horde. And I had a feeling about the Shadow Horde being like Shadow Trap, Shadow Horde connect. But I thought it was really cool. Lego did a good job on that. And I like seeing how the beasts used their powers against the Toa, especially the Storm Beast, how they electrocuted Gali. That was cool. And seeing how they can bring back 1,000 times pretty much if you don't destroy the mask. And I thought it was cool too. And just seeing the Toa fight him was pretty awesome. I think it was a really battle to see the mask makers. I was like, that was awesome. Something about it reminds me of Lord of the Rings for some reason, or The Hobbit, like the third Hobbit movie, Battle of the 5 Armies. But yeah, I really like that. If only Umrak Destroyer was in it, and see a huge battle between them. I mean, yeah. But I thought it was really good. So, episode 3, really, I had not too much to say. I mean, the Toa, I like how the creatures are staying back behind. I know it's the Toa's destiny to defeat Makuta, but the creatures stay back, and I kind of like that. I thought they were going to be captured by Makuta or something like that, by the Shadow Horde, but apparently not. But it seems pretty good. It seems pretty cool, so I like that idea. Or, I don't even know what I just said. So, I don't have too much to say about episode 3. Episode 3, pretty good. I was going to say it's my favorite episode. It probably is, just because of the action and all the things that happen in the episode. And plus, I like how, just some things that are not, or doesn't add up. Is about a Gale and Nikimu turning into his Toa of light form, or Toa of light form. I don't think we're gonna get any answers about that, but I'm gonna cut this for a second, as I gotta make sure it doesn't crash. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure the iPad didn't crash. So I don't know. But episode 4, well, episode 3, it's probably my favorite episode of the whole series itself. Just because the action and plus seeing the beast in there was pretty cool, and seeing fighting the Toa, seeing them find the Toa was pretty cool. Fighting, no, I didn't say finding, fighting. So episode 4, which was called The Dark Portal. It's a okay name, pretty generic. I had a lot of mixed thoughts about this episode because the prophecy has got me all mixed up in my head. And like you say, you're gonna be simple with things, but I'm stupid. Nah, I don't know. I mean, I am stupid, but I didn't get to understand the part. So Kimu vowed not to tell Toa the true prophecy. Is that what it is? If you guys, know exactly what the prophecy, what exactly happened, just tell in the comments so I can get that cleared up in my head. It's just, I guess, I know that Golly's like, Kimu's stuff to Toa is like, it's her destiny, like it's what she wants to do, and he basically let Golly die. Like, dude. I don't know. I just didn't like the ending. I mean, Makuta, when he was coming right through the port, the only line he had, in his true form, was when he was giving the speech. And the thing is, since Makuta knows about the prophecy, the whole thing, could he know that God was going to come into the Shadow Realm, right? It's just so stupid. He could have stopped Golly, and then, there's a lot of things, loose ends to the series, which, I don't like loose ends to things, and that's just, to endings of series. Now, if it's a cliffhanger to the next season, that's a different story. But this is the last episode, and there's still so many more questions. Where did Kimu and Makuta come from? Where were they before Dakota? Where did this island come from? Why are they living on this island? What's so special about this island? Is it under a giant robot? Like Matlanui, like what it was in G1? We may never get those, questions answered. But it's just everything seems so fast. It was a 22-minute episode, but everything just seemed the ending would have been good if it was for next year. Don't you guys agree? Seriously. Makuta had no dialogue when he was going to his bro. They were using an old Umrak, Umrak yelling scream when he was getting attacked by Uxar in episode 2, in episode 1. Or whenever, I think. I remember some time in the first 2 episodes, but it's just... it was cool seeing Destroyer, don't get me wrong, that was cool. I like how his voice was kind of mixed up with his new voice, and it's just, and his new had the mask of control on, and then, it's his original voice is, fighting right through there. He's like, so, you see, and then his voice goes back into his original voice, and he comes back up to his hunter, Destroyer voice. So I do like that. I do like that. That's pretty cool. I was not expecting for them to do that, so it's pretty different. The cool thing is that I didn't talk about this in the last one. I didn't talk about this during when I was talking about episode 3, but seeing the village was pretty cool. That's popped up in my mind. The Jungle Region village. I wish we could have saw some other ones, but apparently, no. But seeing the Toa fight Umrak was just, I think if it went on for too long, they kept fighting him. We can't, it's just like last year what they did with Kota, they kept fighting on, which of course they had to do, but I don't know. But episode 4, it's okay. Seeing the prequel scene was pretty cool, but I think Makuta looked kind of weird with the bigger chest plate than his brother. Should they look exactly the same like they did in the Legend animation? It's Lego, they can do whatever they want, but it was pretty cool seeing the prequel scene. It was kind of weird because it wasn't 100% accurate to the book. You see Kimu standing around in the capital city, but he's actually in a blimp. And spoilers for the second graphic novel, but he was in a blimp with the protectors and the golden mask for the Toa for 2015, and then he actually jumped out of it and smacked the crap out of Makuta in the face. But And plus, there wasn't like a giant explosion going on. He could just stand big. He just grew big and he just stand there like. It's like even. It's just. I mean, the prequel was. It was kind of so quite a cool scene. Like try this mask on and try this mask on, and it's like grew like more like bigger vegetables or like fruits, and then like tree caught on fire. That was actually kind of I bet it was a kind of a reference or just same idea used for just pretty much the same idea that was used in the graphic novel. But I thought episode 4 was okay. It's just I had to say it's my least favorite episode out of the whole thing. It really shocked me how bad it was. I don't know. I mean, some people may just adore and love it, but this is just my opinion, Some people may like it, some people may hate it. I mean, it's 50-50. It's meh. Like, it's kind of good, kind of not. But, yeah, I mean, especially for talking about all the episodes, I guess I'll just go, like, overall. Well, actually, the ending was kind of, I think, like, I just didn't like how, like, all of a sudden, once they defeat the Makuta and the Shadow Realm, closed, and they went out back in the stars. They could have stayed on Akodo. I mean, yes, they fulfilled their destinies, but they didn't have to go back to their homes, right? Apparently they did. And then seeing the Protector Ice was kind of cool, but he had the same voice as Akimu, which didn't make any sense. And we haven't even seen, like, any Protectors, unless that gray mask one we saw the telling to the children in the prologue, but I don't know. It's just episode 4, I think, was the worst episode of the whole series itself. But this is my opinion. Best episode, I think, was Destroyer's Game. Because was the most pumped for it. I love the beginning of it, when, like, Makuta was talking to Umarak, and I love how Umarak looked in Destroyer form. That was really cool. I like how he looks. Umarak's death was, I think it was a reference to G1, where Nadiki and who's the other Shadow Hunter? Not Shadow Hunter, Dark Hunter. Krika. Nadiki and Krika get taken by Makuta just to give him a form like that. That I thought was a reference to it, and seeing Umarak, dead like that, I was surprised. I thought, if G2 was still continuing, maybe Umarak will get the mask of control off of him and he turns back into his hunter form. But no, he died. Rip Umarak. 2016 to 2016. Well, yeah, I mean, I love the animation. It was it looked a lot like what the sets were. I'm glad they did that. It's Lego. Of course, they had to make it look like almost exactly what it was, and I think they did an awesome job of that. I love the art style, the background, and the voices were pretty good. I did like Umarak's, I did like Akimu's, I did like Makuta's, I did like Aliwa's a lot because, I don't know, it's like a perfect Aliwa voice for me. It's better than the one in 2003 for the Mask of Light movie, but I think it was, animation, art style, all of it was pretty good. I mean, every episode had, at least more than one part I really liked. Even episode 4. But I just say this. Favorite episode, Destroyer's Game. Least favorite episode, The Dark Portal. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much it. I did like the Winter Wave episode a lot. They were really good. I'm probably gonna remember this show forever. Probably, it blew my mind when I first saw it. I was like, whoa. As I thought it'd be very different from the movie, and it was at some points, but I didn't see too much filler in this. I mean, I don't think I was just thinking maybe the part where Umarak's trying to test out who has the weakest link. I can't speak. The weakest link between the creatures. Like, he was trying to test it out and see who had the leak. I can't see. The weakest link between the creatures, and Umarak found out it was Bahatu. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode review of Bionicle: The Journey to One for me. But overall, I did like this show. I thought it was very cool. I really did like it. I felt like I did a great job on this. There's a lot of loose ends to it, but I think the first 3 episodes, or 4 if you're counting the prologue, I think they were absolutely good. Absolutely great. Episode 4 is meh. That's all I gotta say pretty much. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up. Give thumbs down. It's your decision. Tell us what you think about Bionicle the Journey to 1 in the comment section down below. And that's pretty much it for this video. I'm sorry, this is probably like a 20-minute long video. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Until then, I'm Tokoto, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.